Ugh, so hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast!
Let's dispose of the trash.
This one's mine!
You're finished!
Eat this! No, not my one! There! And again! Can't be
It's a tool of the art!
Blow away!
Take it for swallow!
Now!
Ready, tough beat!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? And again!
Got fire!
I've got it! Let a marksman handle it!
Dragon
Down!
Swarm! All yours!
Spear! Pierce evil! Dragon
Take
Swarm!
this! Hurricane Blast!
Carve now!
Tear!
Wall!
Hurricane Blast!
You're done!
Now
Get
in
it!
through!
The heavens must be smiling.
I'm
No
ready!
backing down!
Dragon Shell! Grab it up, Spear!
Raining Slash! Blow away!
Are
those rocks? Sin? Burn it out!
Art expert coming through!
Destruction! Aim for the weak spot! No armor can stop me!
Remind
Leave
me
the
to
enemy
stay on
arc
your
to me!
No complaints here!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Easy!
Way to go!
Dragon! I'm on a roll Lunar Corruption! Photon Lunar Blast!
Blow away!
Laser Ray! Holy
Destruction!
Reload! Arc here, let me help!
Destruction! Dragon Swarm!
Where are you going?
Crush!
I'm
Raining
Thunder Field!
I'll stop its charge!
Healing
Thanks,
Storm!
Kisara!
Inferno Punch!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Destruction! I'll smash you! This one's all mine! Raining Slash! Burn in hell!
Now in the groove! Glacial Spear!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Should have messed with me!
Will this help?
Raining Slash! Blow away!
Looks like you came to my rescue again.
You need to be careful.
I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Radiant Light! Back into the fray!
I'll smash you!
Gemini Alpha! Dance in the wind! Now!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky! Looks like some solid equipment.
Huh. You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer, thank you very much.
My face is starting to sting. And my throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Shion? Oh, wait. I bet you're hungry more than anything, aren't you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Opponent like this should be easy. Raining slash! I'm corrupted! I'm ready! You paid for that! Dragon form! Get out of the way!
I'll go for the weak point! I never miss!
What's this?
It's almost too strong.
I'll bring you back when that's a
Be
bit.
my guest. This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! I'm on!
Lightning orb!
I'll tear you apart! Watch it!
Healing circle!
An astral arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down.
This one's all mine!
Light healing circle, lad!
Ignite! Destruction! I'll smash you! I'm just
No more playing nice!
Crush! Destruction!
Car!
Raining slash!
Where are you going?
Blow away!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Lightning show!
Not in your dreams!
Magic is as impressive as always.
There was improvement.
Thanks for the healing.
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Dragon form!
Solid sword! Hear my call!
Blow away!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here's a healing arc! Photon burst!
Okay.
I'm just getting short! Let Astral Charge in the wind! Air blast! Photon burst! Do it!
Rip it!
Lock!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Everyone's still in one piece? The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Dragon Swarm! I'm on it!
Lunar corruption! Here goes!
Blew away!
I'll be radiant blood! Searing flame! Reload!
Eat this!
Alright, it's
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you, truly.
I'm on a roll now!
The enemy wields our food.
We'll soon see about that.
We got the advantage! Good! Just have to make sure we keep it. Don't worry, because Raw's on it.
This one's mine!
You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Destruction!
Please now. This one's mine! Nice, Law!
Leave it all to love.
Hey, I'm here too, you know! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
I'm on it! I'll tear you apart!
Now!
Destruction!
Astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
My word, this must be the work of Providence.
Prova what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Callous. Calcified. Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Armor won't save you, Tay!
Power of water!
Now!
Champion swirl!
I'm on it!
That's enough!
Their hide and seek is armor.
Eagle assault!
Dragon Swarm! Aim for the weak spot!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well I'm here to stop.
Glad you have your uses.
Now I'll show you how useful I can be!
Healing gas!
Thanks, Trio.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Do better.
I call upon spray!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Here's a healing arc!
They got me flanked!
You picked the wrong fight!
Get on in there with you!
Destruction! First strike!
Thunder field!
We did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that was improved.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Annihilation! Searing
Destruction!
flame! Reload!
Krogan! Dragon Swarm!
Storm! Mega ray! Now through all! Gemini
I'm just getting started!
Evil
side! These fists have got your name on them!
This will come in handy.
Blew away!
Here's a healing arc!
Next!
Swallow dance!
Blew away!
Champion swirl!
I'll finish you here and now!
I'm ready!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this! Talon hurricane! Inferno punch! Oh, now
Raining slap! Destruction! Dragon
Now!
Swarm!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
They really made us work for that one.
No choice! Take this!
All disasters made one!
Destruction!
This one's mine! Dirty! Not in your dreams!
Crush!
I'll tear you apart!
Thunder field!
Blew away!
Alright,
Destruction!
it's your time!
Glimmer
Dragon
Blind
Swarm!
freak! Why can't they just sit
In
still?
here!
Xion, can you take
Now!
care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Radiant storm!
Here I
Where would that come from?
Yeah!
Radiant tunnel! Dragon Swarm! Magic Azam! Thunder
Take this!
You get the gift.
Crush!
Holy land!
Blew away!
Back into the fray!
Raining slap!
Shouldn't have messed with me!
I'll heal you all!
Dragon
Here
Swarm!
goes!
Burn in hell!
Wind
Eagle assault!
Stars of light! Radiant!
It's over!
Will this help?
Now I'm in the groove!
Healing circle!
Destruction! Dragon Claw!
Talon Hurricane!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
Nope, that's absurd! Fantastic! Great! Amazing!
I'm trying to focus.
I was only trying to be nice.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Destruction!
This'll come in handy.
All aboard the victory train!
Overconfidence can bite you in the butt. Little help!
Now you see what I can do!
Raining
I'll finish you here and now! Talon Hurricane! Eagle Dive! Watch this! Far enough!
It's over! Raging storm!
Raining Slash!
Big Blast!
Destruction!
By the power of
Dragon Swarm!
a big waterfall!
Raining
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
I yearn to be let
Freeze
free!
Lancer!
Burn in hell!
Super Swallow Dance!
Destruction!
Hurricane!
Crush!
In here!
Burn!
Dragon Swarm!
Eat this!
Next!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there isn't proof.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. Guess I misread the landing. What's this thing?
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law. No pushing anyone, not even as a joke.
I'm not a little kid! No backing down! I'm on it! Okay guys, think it's time to run.
Gotta break through!
This one's mine! Radiant Flash! Spirit Flame!
Raining Slash! Blew away!
You have no right to the bright area on their back! By the power of water! Go for the weak point!
It's over! Blew away!
Eagle Fly!
Raining Slash! Blew away!
Corruption!
Here I come!
I'm ready to
Take this!
level it!
You're finished!
Reload!
Destruction!
Freeze Lancer! Here, let me help! Dance in the wind!
Destruction! We're cleaning house!
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively.
Take this! You're finished!
Alright, it's showtime!
You made quick work of them!
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there isn't
Now
proof.
I'm in the
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look flustered.
Here I go! I'm only getting started. Lightning!
Do it! Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
Anything in armor is all mine.
This one's mine.
That frickin' does it. Ready and
Lunar
ready.
Captain to win! Lunar
You're mine!
Eat this.
Destruction! Dragon!
Blah, blah, blah. Magic! Here's
What
how you
is
live!
the weak spot?
I'm sorry to be a father.
We've all got enough on our plate.
Shouldn't have...
Yes, ma'am.
Lunar corruption! Can't be
Sword! Take this!
Close!
It's over!
Destruction!
I'll smash you!
I'm on a roll
It's
now.
on!
Razor cyclone!
Blow away! Try harder!
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. Talon hurricane.
Can't be swallowed! Celestial now!
Do it!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Got it!
Well done! Lunar corruption!
I'm on a roll now. Water.
Not today!
Annihilate now! Lightning!
Light burst forth!
Radiant genesis! Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch!
It's summoning Zoogle? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it. Glacial Spear, pierce evil. Glacial Spear. Get away! Water, hear my call.
Time for one more.
Water, hear my call. Illuminate the dark! Searing flame, reload! Will this help?
I'll finish you here now!
Healing zone! It won't end like this.
Stay away from my friend! Double demon
Freeze Lancer!
Charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
With snap!
Flare tornado! Sometimes the best medicine is the toughest to swallow.
When the terror of the things come to an end.
Searing flame!
You're
Reload!
mine! Rising Rider! You're mine! You're mine! Eat dirt!
Blow away!
Primed and all disasters made
Looks like you came to my rescue again.
You need to be careful. With the blazing sword, and with my thorns.
Shion.
Take this!
Now I'm in the
I'll
door!
bring you back from death.
Now I'll finish you here and now!
I still got the fight left in me. Here! I'm out of ammo.
Dragon Shout! These fists have got your name on them!
All disasters made one. Come
Rising
forth the
Rider!
helix of purity.
What's this?
You're on!
Maelstrom!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
All disasters made one. Come forth the helix of purity.
Here I go!
Maelstrom!
Try harder!
Evil assault! Pierce evil!
Be
All
still! The
disasters
flame
made
inside
one.
is yours!
Come forth the helix of purity.
You'll pay for that!
Arts require complete
Hold it
failure.
back!
What was I thinking?
Demon Fang! Double demon fang!
Purge malevolence! Arcade waterfall! Freeze Lancer!
Now I'm in the
Demon
door!
Fang! Demon Fang! Double demon fang! It can't end here!
Armor won't save you!
Purge malevolence! Arcade waterfall! Freeze Lancer! Resuscitation! Here, all disarmed! Hear my call!
Sonic throw!
Better! Easter!
Talon Hurricane!
Crossblade! Unbiased starting wind! Lunar corruption! All disasters made one! Come forth the helix of purity! Maelstrom!
Finish it!
Sion! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory!
You're mine!
Naturally! This one's mine!
Now armor won't save you!
Annihilation! Radiant pierce!
Eat this!
Will this help? All disasters made one! Come forth the helix of purity!
Hurricane thrust!
Maelstrom!
Talon Hurricane!
Better!
Eagle Fly!
There!
Talon Storm!
Double demon fang!
Anything in
All
armor is all
disasters
mine!
made one! Come forth the helix of purity!
Ignite!
Lunar Maelstrom! By the power of water!
Take my money!
Purge
Coming,
malevolence!
Rising
Blah,
Rider!
blah, blah!
You're mine!
Freeze Lancer!
You're on!
I'm on
Dragon
fire!
Swarm!
Annihilation!
Sonic thrust!
Freeze Lancer! Purge malevolence!
Swallow dance!
Double demon fang!
Purge malevolence! Arcade, let me help!
Eternal devastation!
Here's a healing!
Try,
Purge
shout!
malevolence! Arcade
Demon
waterfall!
fang!
Freeze
Double
Lancer!
demon fang! The flame inside me
It's
yearns
weakened!
to be let free! This ends now!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Purge malevolence! Arcade waterfall! Freeze Lancer! Purge malevolence! Magic is in! Sion! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! Will this help? Healing circle!
Okay,
Weak?
here I don't
Here
know
come
what
more.
I'd do without
We'll just have to keep fighting.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really do.
We'll soon see about that! I'll heal you all disasters made one! Come forth, the healing of Fury! Maelstrom! All disasters made... Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Easy! Way to go!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Here I go! It's over! Where are you going?
Not on my watch!
Destruction!
I'm all stuck up! Annihilation! Malevolent! Magic is...
Hurricane!
You picked the wrong fight!
Eagle Fly!
Purge Malevolent! Art expert coming through!
Not on my watch!
Do it!
Gohalim!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! I'll heal you all! Purge Malevolent! Magic is in! Freeze Lancer! Blah blah blah! Not in your dreams! Water, hear my call! Spread! Hear me! Flame of Fury! Purge Malevolent! Magic is in! Freeze Lancer! Blah blah blah! All disaster made one! I'm always getting the healers of purity! Maelstrom! Now for something big ahead! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Freeze Laser!
Dragon Show!
Radiant Malevolence! Arctic One! Close one!
Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem! Don't mind if I do!
You picked the wrong fight!
Arctic One coming through! Gemini Aqua! All disasters made one! Come forth! The Helix of Purity! Maelstrom! Too much to handle?
Not my place! The picture of health! Inspiration!
Don't mind if I... Here goes!
Swallow Dance!
Will this help? All disasters made one!
Eat this!
Come forth, the Helix
Now
of
I'm in the
Purity!
groove.
Maelstrom! I can...
Inferno Punch!
Mega Ray! Close one! Will this help? Not on my watch! Here's the healing art!
Can't be happening!
Purge Malevolence! Magic is am! Freeze Lancer! You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here,
Hold on, Cora. How could a girl ever say no?
I'm on it!
They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Renwell.
I'm not scared. Totally fine.
Megasonic!
Heal you all. Just with the doctor.
Dragon
Healing circle.
Sonic Thrust!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am!
only getting Freeze Lancer. One more time. Purge Malevolence. I'm ready. Dig Waterfall. Where are you going? Freeze.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dance!
Not in your dreams. Gemini
Let's
Aqua.
tear 'em
Purge
up.
Malevolence. Magic is in. Freeze Lancer. Blah blah blah.
Finish it!
Alphen. Astral energy.
Say no more. Got it!
Well done. Freeze Blaster! Now for something special! Sometimes the best medicine is the toughest destroyer. Don't mind if I do.
Sword Lane Alpha! I really owe this. Raining Slash!
Purge Malevolent!
Rising Walker!
Where are you going? Freeze Blaster!
It's over!
What can we?
Now I'm in trouble.
Rising
Let's
Phoenix!
end like this.
I could do this all day.
Try harder!
Close one.
You hear it now?
Demon Fang!
Here. Let me help.
You hear
Ignite!
it now?
First aid!
Inferno Punch!
All disasters made
Shockwave
one!
Flash!
Come forth and heal us of purity! Maelstrom!
Destruction!
Healing circle! All disasters made one! Come
Armor
forth
won't
and
save
heal
you.
us of purity!
Here I go!
Reload! Maelstrom! Annihilation! Hear me! Flame of fury! All disasters made one!
Glacial
Come
Spear.
forth and heal us of purity!
Flaming
Freeze Blade!
Fire!
Maelstrom!
You hear it now? Pierce through! Burn!
If it's in the sky, it's
Now
mine!
you see what I can do.
Luna, this one's mine!
Flaming Thrust!
Malevolent!
Rising
Freeze
Flame!
Flame! Freeze Flame!
Finish it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on? Something so big!
I'll handle it. Just
Alphen!
watch and learn! That's enough! Go back down!
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
I'm even stronger than before. Hey, is that it over there?
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Xion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Xion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her own? Xion. Xion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Rolron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside,
then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Alphen?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alphen.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys.
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too, to think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.